Hey folks, Elaine Marolakos Edelson. I don't know my name and I don't know who I am. Elaine Marolakos Edelson here with AstrologyMojo, and I want to help you get your mojo back. Here we are. Eclipse energy. Actually, I had another screenshot. This is around the corner for me after a storm. But anyway, where there was just this light coming down over the earth and it wouldn't work. So we're here. Here we are. Thank you for being here. And we're going to be talking about the solar eclipse and how it might affect each of the astrological signs. Now, please, if you don't know me, what we're looking at in astrology is your choices. The planets don't do anything to you. There is an influence from everything. What you ate for breakfast yesterday influences your body. The planets don't control you, is the point. But they give information via aspects and angles in a chart. They show you what you're creating. So the sun and moon, however, are not planets. There's an integral pull, a feeling we get. Full moons, solar eclipses, sunspots, corona ejections, all that stuff. So we feel that a little bit more, but ultimately it's your choice to do and say or not do and not say something. And that's why I want you to understand that to become more empowered. So let's talk about these eclipses. In fact, what I have for you is an image. Ta-da! Wait, there we go. Okay. So this is the image of a chart for April 8th, which is 19 degrees Aries. And that is a solar eclipse. And look at that. I have to go over here. Look at that lineup, folks. Venus in Aries, Moon in Aries, North Node in Aries. And that's the transiting North Node. Your North Node in your natal chart will be different, or possibly could be Aries or Libra. The Sun in Aries and Mercury retrograde in Aries. So with all this Aries energy, Aries is the child of the zodiac. And that represents the part of all of us that can have a hissy fit or several or is just full of life and energy, and sometimes so headstrong, bangs into a wall to get to the other side and keeps banging. That's the symbol of it is the ram, and it wants to keep going to get what it wants. So what are we talking about with this eclipse energy? We're still in the guise of the lunar eclipse, 7 degrees of Libra, and that is an opposite, right? So there was a moon thing, lunar, letting go, feminine, some part of you needing to harmonize in Libra. Libra guided by Venus and represents harmony, among many other things. Law, protection, finances, wherever it shows in your chart. Let's just say this is your chart and you're a Pisces rising or possibly an Aries rising. And look at all this stuff. It's bucketed in one section. And each house in astrology, we look at it counterclockwise. There are 12 houses. Each house in astrology represents many different aspects of your life. It's like your house. You walk in, you have a door, you go into the closet, or you go into the kitchen, or the living room, or the patio, or wherever, and you see, what does it feel like in there? What does it feel like? So when each of the signs experiences a lunar or solar combo eclipse, we're looking at the parts of you that are ready to release, and then the parts of you that are ready to acknowledge and move forward in some area of life. Okay, so you're not a victim. You're empowered. You're a celestial, eternal, sentient being. What do you want to do with that? You are pure conscious love, an extension of light. You are a physical aspect, right? But what are you doing with that energy? When we look at solar and lunar eclipses, we look at what you'll hear many times in this industry is the portal. And these are portals, a doorway to, and it could be a psychological doorway, it could be a physical doorway, it could be an emotional doorway. to an understanding of how to raise your vibration. That's what this is through the lens of astrology. So thanks for being here. Let's get on with the show, folks. I'm going to do Aries and Libra, sun, rising, and moon first, and then I'll do the rest of the signs. So if you know your chart and you know that you are a Aquarius sun with a Libra rising or whatever, you know that eventually I'll get to your sun, rising, and moon sign. And if you're an Aries sun, rising, and moon, or Libra sun, rising, and moon, or any sign, sun, rising, and moon, just listen to the information twice. Maybe it'll sink in. Okay, so Aries, buckle up. With all of this Aries energy right now, there is, and my ear is ringing. So yeah, we're on the move. With all this Aries energy right now, Aries, sun, rising, and moon, there is a focus on releasing those hissy fits, the childish parts of you, so that you can embrace the childlike parts of you, so that you can move forward in those areas that give you joy. And let's say your sun sign in Aries is in one of the 12 houses, not bucketed in the first house. This is a general read, by the way. So let's say your sun sign is somewhere in the charts in one of the other houses. I want you to think about the meaning of that house and where you need to let go of your tantrum. And that can be bully energy, you attract it or you are it. That can be so excited you don't see that someone just shut the door and you keep knocking. You're like, hey, this would be so fun. Why don't we go? And then you keep knocking and they won't open the door. So it's about seeing what's in front of you, Aries, and moving past these obstacles that are always inner. Obstacles in your world represent the parts of you that think you're not worthy, it's not enough, some part of you that feels out of sync with body, mind, allowing spirit to flow. So any type of obstacle, and of course this can speak to any sign, but any type of obstacles in your life, Aries, sun, rising, or moon, is there because you believe something on a core level. So if that belief is stopping you from moving forward, this is the time you need to find your courage and do something different now, because we are equaling this with the lunar eclipse, your opposite in Libra. If you're used to leading the charge for the next couple of weeks, just hang back a bit. Let's harmonize that energy. If you're used to waiting because you're afraid of something, you stand behind someone, an authority figure, and you just are like, yeah, I'm just back here, call me if you need me, but this is what we should do. If you're that person, now maybe it's part of your nature now to embrace the part of the Libra energy, which is, I'm going to stand out there and I'm going to make a declaration. I don't want to ruffle feathers, but we need to take charge, because both energies are the same, but approach things differently, Libra and Aries. So Aries, you're ready to move, change your perceptions, because perceptions are what create your belief system and your reality. Because if you emanate an energy, oh, it's never going to happen, or I can't work with anyone named Larry, whatever. It's like whatever you're thinking, you're creating a vibration, and that vibration moves out into the world, and then it comes back and it brings stuff with it. So if you don't like what you see, Aries, sun, rising, and moon, it's time to find your self-courage, move past that obstacle that has stopped you. And it can be a belief system. It's certainly a belief system, but it can be so ingrained in you from childhood that you're not seeing that there's another possibility, because the Aries energy can be very tunnel visioned. As magnanimous and generous and free-spirited and hardworking as you can be, I say with love, you can also have that hissy fit and want to control something that is not yours to control. So just think about that, Aries sun, rising, and moon, and then let's move on. We're going to go straight to Libra, and then we're going to cover the rest of the signs. And just listen to your sun, rising, and moon sign, and come and say hello to me. Let me know that you're here and that we are talking about the solar eclipse in Aries at 19 degrees and how you might be affected because the north node, the transiting north node is also, the transiting north node is also in Aries, and the north node represents the door, the open door. The south node represents the door that's closing, been there, done that, possibly toxic, or you just completed something and now you're done. You wipe the dust off and you're ready to move on. So, as Julie Poole says in her readings, done and dusted. Thank you very much, Julie. We appreciate you. Now we're moving on to Libra, sun, rising, and moon. I know it's a little jumpy, but we're having polar energies here. So I want to address, everyone thinks, oh, Libra is so diplomatic and so poised. And yes, but also they can be just as tough as an Aries. They call it the fist in the velvet glove, I believe. Okay, yeah, so much energy, says Ellen. There is. Let's ride the wave and not jump to extremes. Libra, sun, rising, and moon. What I want you to see is that I have my notes here. I was frantically writing, and it was like, I was just going to write a couple of words for each sign, and it turned out to be a tome. Okay, Libra, sun, rising, and moon. Yes, you are still working off of your Libra lunar eclipse energy where you're harmonizing partnerships, and it's not about them, it's about you. It's always about you because who you are is what you attract. So if you think you're going to make waves, if you think they're not doing something right, if you want to judge someone, because the Libra energy can be very judgmental when it doesn't harmonize its body with its mind and emotions, allowing spirit to flow. When that's happening, the stuck shows up, and so do the extremes. So Libra, sun, rising, and moon, if you go to an extreme, and you're so sweet and kind and you don't want to set a boundary, you don't want to say no, you don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. Here comes the Aries solar eclipse, and it's like kapow. Excuse me. I heard directly from directly from a Libra sun sign in the past several weeks regarding something that they purchased that broke. Oh, and we paid some money for it, and I was hoping they would, and I was hoping that, and I looked and I called and I left a message, and and then 3 weeks later, here we are. A couple of days ago, it was like, and if I don't hear from you by end of business close today, I will be seeking legal representation. And I was like, yes, you go, because it's about using diplomacy, but also setting a healthy boundary. And Libra sometimes, we are focused on partnerships, yes, but the body and mind must come together. So if you're going to extremes with your body or your mind and you're not taking care and aligning what needs to be aligned, your higher inner light cannot come through. It will in dribs and drabs, and you hear something, you have a dream, but you don't heed it because you're like, I got to get this done, or this is my route, or I'm going to listen to them. So we don't want to go there anymore. Yeah, like we could change it like that. Okay, yay. You're going through a spiritual upgrade, a spirit upgrade, Libra, sun, rising, and moon. And that means empowerment. And that means the seventh house. And Aries was in the first house, but this means the seventh house for you. Now, your actual eclipse in your chart might take place anywhere else other than the seventh house. But again, this is a general reading. So we're just looking at how can you harmonize the lead follow extremes. How can you do that? Take one step and do the opposite. What would an Aries do? Oh, they would just be like in your face. I can't be in someone's face. Or they would be hiding in the closet, but having an opinion. Armchair warrior. So you want to do the opposite, but find the middle ground and say, I'm going to get myself into a place of what's the worst that can happen? Yeah, these things, but what's the most that can happen? What's the best that can happen? Libra, sun, rising, and moon. Think about that if you free yourself up from restriction and or control, if you're the Libra, sun, rising, or moon person who needs to be in control of your relationships, then that's when you need to start trusting, right? And open up more. All right, we're moving on to Taurus. I hope this is helping. Please come say hello to me. And remember to share, like, subscribe, whether you're watching this on Facebook or YouTube. I appreciate it. Okay, the 12th house for you Taurians, my Taurus babies. 12th house, no matter where this solar eclipse is taking place in your world, the underlying energy is you need to heal via dreams, via meditation, via sleep, via looking at your belief system and your role in it. Because if you don't feel worthy of, if you don't feel like you got this or that, it's like, what else? I'm a Taurus. I had this hissy fit, and I have several planets in Aries. So I had a hissy fit the other day, and I broke down and I cried. I've been doing this and I do all the right things. Why does that not happen? So I had mine and I let it go, and I thought, okay, wow, I'm not going to go to extremes anymore. And they're less and less. It only was, less than an hour. But that it happened at all made me pause and say, okay, the reason why it came out in such a gush was because I held it in, Taurus energy. So I was holding in oh, it's okay. I could work through it. It's okay. I got to focus on something else. It's okay. If I think about it, I'll lose my mind. If it's okay, it's not okay. If it's not okay, Taurus, sun, rising, and moon. If you're frustrated, yes, feel it, but we don't want to belabor the point. We don't want to go into counseling for 6 years to work it out, because the more you focus on one thing, that's what you bring more of into your life. That is the law of energy. So note what it is. Take a note of what it is. Feel it, give yourself time to process, and then release it. Because the 12th house energy, you can be disabled physically, emotionally, and then you hide. So if you're having hissy fits, if you're having any kind of frustrated moment regarding career, relationships, health, whatever it is, I want you to just take a moment and do one thing, Taurus, sun, rising, and moon, that makes you feel active, productive. It could be cleaning out a closet, a drawer. It could be food shopping. It could be, I'm going to cook, I'm going to food prep for the next 5 days. Something that helps you to feel proactive. I swept the floor, and I moved firewood from one part of the house to the other. And then I meditated and I felt I got something done. But it's not always about moving. It's about looking at where you put your energy. So this Aries solar eclipse, Taurus, is really shedding light on how you think you're supposed to be and why. Think about that. Ponder that. Feel it through. Give yourself time. Do something productive. Take a rest. A little bit here, a little bit there. And you're going to get through this on the other side with a big idea. I'm telling you, the big idea is right there. Gemini, sun, rising, and moon. We're looking at this eclipse in your 11th house. And this has to do with friends and groups, associations, your dreams coming true, the people you call family. And we need to harmonize some things here. Now, you're already a dual sign guided by Mercury, which is now in retrograde. Again, it's not doing it to you, but you're going inward now to really decide, do I want to have this person in my life? Do I want to work with this person? Why do I keep attracting this kind of person, Gemini, sun, rising, and moon? Oh my gosh, because I'm not collaborating. I'm not speaking. I'm not expressing. I'm just saying, yeah, this is fun. Or, why not? Maybe I can learn something. But if you're ignoring your feelings, Gemini, sun, rising, and moon, then I think this is a time for you to really learn to communicate as close to the moment that something occurs, instead of stockpiling it and then waiting 6 months down the road to have a fit. And every Gemini I know does this, sun, rising, or moon, to some degree. Oh, it's all right. Yeah, I could take it. It's all right. It's a bad, and then it's like, wait a minute. Hey, wait a second. Okay, so feel your feelings. Oops. Feel your feelings, Gemini, sun, rising, and moon. It's really important to harmonize it during this Aries eclipse, especially if you are any version of Gemini, Aries, and Libra. I want you to make an assessment of your friends, the groups, the people that you hang out with, think about, work with, the people that you're afraid to talk to, the people that piss you off. Make like, a little spreadsheet and say, what do they have in common? Well, number one, me, I'm the common denominator, Gemini, sun, rising, and moon says, because these people are in my life. I am the magnet. Well, now you say, I work in an office, that person who works, right next to me, I didn't bring them. I work in the same office, but you're sitting next to them. You could be sitting somewhere else. We're energetically is who we are first when we start to form matter. So what's the matter? You, and your matter is divine. What do you want to do with it? You have a great opportunity now to attract people to you who harmonize with your enthusiasm and the direction in which you would like to go. Gemini, sun, rising, and moon. So think about that. Cancer, 10th house. Okay, career. Ready for liftoff? Cancer, sun, rising, and moon. No extremes, no head casing. No, because the Aries energy in your 10th house is, I'm going to get it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep until you literally combust. So back it up. That was a valve release, by the way. Let off some steam, go work out, walk around the block, ground yourself. I just bought grounding sneakers. I'm so excited. Put your feet in the dirt, on the sand, in the water, in the ocean, if you have, or a lake. If you can't, if you're living in a high rise, get some grounding stuff and, really ground yourself, Cancer, because you can take on a lot. You can do a lot. You're a cardinal energy. But when you hold it in, and you do, it, raise your hand. Come on. No explosions, not allowed. So what you can do with this energy is look at the people you have just attracted. Are you going to an event? Is it a social gathering? Is it a wedding? This is all about career, but it also is opposite the Libra energy in the 4th house. It's like, when do you want to be at home, but force yourself to go out? When are you out, but you're saying, I don't want to go home? So you have to watch your extremes. And when you promise things to people that you cannot deliver, you force yourself into a small box of overload of working and working and working. So the solar eclipse is saying, we're going to bring back to you, says the universe, what you've been outputting. So it's coming. The results are coming. Take off your shoes, kick up your feet, watch some Game of Thrones or something. It's like you need to relax just a little bit, see some comedy, and integrate play with work, because the people who are the 10th house represents masculine energy, the paternal parent. The 4th house is the maternal parent. So your parents might be an issue right now. You might be thinking, I don't want to be in this career anymore. I need to get out. How do I retire? And someone wants to give you a raise instead. And you're like, oh, I'm all discombobulated. Okay, so just take a breath. Everybody, just take a breath. And Cancer, sun, rising, and moon, this is a really great time for you to see that the seed of an idea that you planted 6 months ago or the previous eclipses, it's sprouting now. We're seeing something. So no tugging on the shoots. Patience. Okay. Leo, 9th house. Wow. Leo, sun, rising, and moon. This eclipse trines you, which is a positive energy because you're a fire sign and you're forming new ideas. Or again, this is a general reading. So you're looking at, where does this apply to me? How does this apply? You're forming new ideas about how you want to be in the world, how you'd like to be seen. Does that mean you want to get a degree? Does that mean you need a new job? Does that mean you are going to sue those people because you were kind and patient and patient and patient and patient, and then they didn't follow through? You're not a victim. So anything that's going on in the outside world and you can't stop complaining about it, and you get that woe is me, I'm wounded person. If that's what's happening for you, Leo, sun, rising, or moon, then you need to look at, you're not a victim, but you're allowing that person to take your power. Why? Because it's plucking a string that you've had from long ago where you were invalidated. So now you want to validate you. Look in the mirror, Leo, sun, rising, and moon, and say to yourself, it's okay to change my mind. It's okay to set a boundary. It's okay to sign that contract. It's okay to think about travel plans. It's okay to educate myself on what's next. My higher learning is about altering my belief system, because if you don't change your mind, your world does not change. Nope. No, it doesn't. It may look different with different people or a different location, but it's the same feeling behind it, because you're the same person attracting the same thing, Leo, sun, rising, and moon. So, what do you want to do? How do you want to be with the public? How would you like to be seen? How would you like to be validated? Validate yourself first and stop expecting it from others. Now, if you work and you're expecting a paycheck and you don't get it, okay, yeah, you need to speak up. Okay, that's a given. But I'm talking about energetically, when you're outputting something that you don't want to be doing. Or let's say you've been outputting something you do want to be doing. Now is when you see the rewards. Accolades, yes. Pat on the back, yes. A raise, possibly, especially if you're any version of Virgo and Leo combo in your chart, because we're going to talk about that next. But the legal matters in your mind may not have to do with, justice system. It can be about justice in you. It's like, hey, that wasn't right. They hurt my feelings. Or I gave, and they didn't give back. Well, was there an expectation? Because that's going to hurt you more than anything. So remember, it's all coming from you. And the positive side is that you're going to have a seed of an idea that says, yes, this is how I want to be. And if you've been working on that, then now you start to get public recognition for that. And that's a cool thing. And then where do you want to take it? It could be more marketing. It could be going on YouTube. It could be starting a channel. It could be writing a book. It could be leading the charge, spearheading a group that helps the less fortunate, whatever you want to do. Leo, sun, rising, and moon. Now is your time to take the focus off of what you don't have and put it on what gives you joy. Now, Virgo, 8th house. Oh, let me just check in. Let me just say hello. Hi. Hey, Kate. Ellen. Spirit upgrade sounds fabulous for Libra. Yes. Libra ascendant. You need that. Okay. So Virgo, sun, rising, and moon. Okay. I'm starting to heat up. Let's talk about sex, baby. It's got to do with resources. Sex, yes, is a shared energy. Money, a shared energy. What else is going on here? And it's a rebirth, basically, because your connection to the divine may not serve you if you're going through a middleman. And that means a person who has been devout toward how does this want to come out? Who's a religious person, or they hold a certain doctrine to be true, or they have a belief system that says the male is the head of the household, or even if they're not acting that way or speaking that way, but deep down there's a seed that behaves that way, or it's I matter too, but how can I matter if there are rules in place that I don't agree with? Is that making sense? This is coming at me from all angles right now, aside from the notes that I wrote. You want to have equality. Equality is the word. Sorry that it took so long to get there. And equality with shared resources. So if let's say you volunteer for a church group and you're doing a bake thing, or you're donating money, or you take up a fund drive, and not fun, but fund drive, and you deliver to the church, and then they thank you, they're grateful, and then they ask you to do it again. And you're thinking, okay, I told them I was only going to do this twice or once or whatever. Or you're on a volunteer thing and other people are sick or they just don't show up, and you take over, you roll up your sleeves because you're that kind of a person and you take over. Well, maybe you don't want to now, but you're saying, oh, it's for the greater good. Okay, but you're a part of the greater good. Virgo, sun, rising, and moon. So what I'd like to see you do, what did I write in my notes? If this deals with insurance or estate planning, I want you to learn how to receive, allow, harmonize. That's what Libra is about, is allowing, not receiving. It's about allowing yourself to have what you think you're worth. Will you do that? Meditate more, because the connection between you and your higher self is fragmented. As if some outside being is going to come in and deliver something to you without you saying, I have power. Oh, so is that the core of it? Aries eclipse for Virgo is, you know what? You really do have power, Virgo, sun, rising, and moon. And without the criticism, without being down on yourself, without judging yourself or others, you have the power to create your own dogma. How's that? I vote for Kuan Yin for president. I believe in a benevolent universe. Actually, Einstein said that. Right? So Virgo, sun, rising, and moon, rebirth means you could live out all your lifetimes, and there's no infinite number. There's no finite number of lifetimes. You could choose to live on different planets and different galaxies and different dimensions, but you're here. You chose to be here. So be here, be as present as you can be, and say no to the things and people that don't serve you any longer or don't vibe with you. Or if you don't want to donate your time, energy, money, resources, or collaborate, or if that insurance company or that life insurance policy or the car insurance, they changed their policy and I'm not going to stick around. I got to find something else. So that's okay to do, but you need to research that. And during the light of the Aries eclipse, it's going to hit you in the head like a ton of bricks. Like, oh, wow, I've been doing this for years. I didn't even realize. Ta-da. Could have had a V8. Well, you could still have a V8. And now you're going to move on to something that serves you more. Where do you want to put your time and energy? And with whom? That's the question. And why is the big motivating factor behind it. Virgo, sun, rising, and moon. Okay, we did Libra, so now we're jumping over to Scorpio, 6th house, all about your health, my loves, all about your health, awareness, caring for self and others, yes, but okay, look at this. This is all lined up, Scorpio, sun, rising, and moon, in your 6th house general reading. That means health, well-being, pets as well. So if you're taking care of other people all the time, what are you doing for you? How are we harmonizing this? Are you feeling downtrodden? Are you feeling scattered? Are you feeling ballistic? Are you feeling like you're done, you're toast? Or are you feeling like, you know what? I'm going to take my career and I'm going to merge it with some kind of healing modality or herbal business. And let's say you're a restaurateur and you're saying, I'm going to start using microgreens. Maybe you are already in a healing type of business. And now you have this big idea because Aries will bring in the big idea. It doesn't do anything really, but you're the one who activates the Aries energy via the eclipse and say, hey, you know what? We need to have more fun. Let's take this exercise class outside. If you're a yoga instructor, we're going up on the ridge, the mountain. Everybody, we're going to do some cold plunges, so, and the ideas may not be popular, Scorpio, sun, rising, and moon, but it's helping you to get organized on a new pathway. And that's exciting. But you can't be tunnel visioned about it. That's the thing. You're already a strong energy. You're a fixed sign, Scorpio, sun, rising, and moon, and the cardinal Aries and the cardinal Libra are saying, you can do it. Keep going. You can do it. Keep. But, how many marathons are you going to run before you sit down and take a sip of water? That's the question. And the answer is none. I'm not going to run any marathons until I'm fully hydrated, till I take care of me first, till I I'm going to research something in the healing world, well-being. Maybe it has to do with hydrogen water. I just got a hydrogen water machine, and I'm going to incorporate that into my office or my schedule with my clients or in my industry. So Scorpio, sun, rising, and moon, you're excited to collaborate about these things for your community, as I look at my notes, but you got to get organized, and you can't be the one power housing the whole thing, and you can't be telling people what to do. You just can't. I mean, you could, but that's a lot of powerhouse energy. You don't want to be people used to call me a sledgehammer. A long time ago. I think I've softened a bit. What do you think? Please come by, say hello. Don't go. Scorpio sun, rising, and moon, the best I can say right now is during this eclipse phase is don't promise anything you're not willing to think through first. Okay. It may sound so exciting. Yeah. Okay. I don't mean stop and organize yourself to the point of being in your head so much that you're overthinking it, but just think about it, feel it through, go test it out yourself. Before, if we got to find equilibrium, is what I'm saying. All right, we're moving on to Sagittarius, also complementary to you because you're a fire sign or sun, rising, or moon fire sign. And this winds up in your fifth house. This is all in your fifth house. So there could be another baby on the way. Congratulations. Or if you don't want a baby, buckle up for safety. Or it could be another grandchild, or it could be you having more interaction with grandchildren, or you as a teacher. You might be coming up with a curriculum on how to help those special students that maybe have dyslexia or have sleep pattern interrupts, or or are jacked up on sugar and you need to talk to the parents. How are you going to do that? Um, so Sagittarius, sun, rising, and moon, a bigger thrust of this, and that's no pun intended, is romance, or maybe it was a pun. And we need to get back to a place of harmony with your lover. Now, if you don't have a spouse or a lover, Sag, sun, rising, and moon, it's about being open energetically, being open to creative solutions, being open to meeting people, going out, having more fun, more play in your life. So, and this also lines up with people who are in the art or literary or musical world. If you're a Sag, sun, rising, and moon, and you're a guitar player, or you're thinking about a different venue, or upgrading maybe you're getting a band together, or maybe you're an author, or you're creating poetry and you're thinking, I might take a class in this, or I might go out. I need to meet with people of like mind. That's the point I'm trying to make, Sag, sun, rising, and moon. But what's the love about? Where is the love? Okay, that's like coming through my head. I'm sorry about that. I was a little off key. Sag, sun, rising, and moon. Really, you're all amped up. You're all dressed up and no place to go. So, oh, by the way, and I think I can say this on the air, if you are not with a partner and you're feeling all dressed up and no place to go, wink, wink, you must care for yourself. Okay? Is my meaning understood? You must care for yourself. You can't have that stagnant energy just kind of hanging out there. You need to move that energy. That's creation energy. So, yeah. Okay. And then go out and find a venue, a library, a book club, a music scene, a comedy club, whatever, a park in some parts of the world now because you can get outside without it snowing, and be there and be open. You're such a magnanimous person. You're such a chatty person. You're such a like you have to have experiences with people instead of hanging out with them one to one. Now, it doesn't mean you're not a good friend. It just means that you need to be present more with the creative flow that's coming through you and what you want to do with it. What's the aim? What's the goal? What's the focus? So go get there a little at a time, but open up to play. And if you've been doing too much play, now's when you have to get to work and create that project, see it through, follow through, have deadlines for yourself. I don't like that word. Have lifelines for yourself, have markers along the way, Sag, sun, rising, and moon. Okay. And then you'll see results, especially by next September, October, next set of eclipses. Okay. So let me say hello. Let me just check in real quick before we move on to Capricorn. Nicole, hi, good evening, good morning, and good night. Truman Show. And hey, it's Christy. Hello. Okay. So Capricorn, sun, rising, and moon. I feel like I'm speed dating. No spinning allowed, folks. Come on, let's all hold hands and sing Kumbaya. Capricorn, this is in your fourth house, and that's all about home. Yes. The four walls. Yes. Do you need to redecorate? Aries, shining a light on the fourth house in a general chart for Capricorn would be, so if this were Capricorn, this is your chart. We're looking at the fourth house. If you're Capricorn rising, we're looking at the fourth house. Look at that lineup. That means you're ready to initiate something. All systems go. Whatever you've been working on. Yep, here come my husband and I. We're not car people, but we love Formula One. I don't know why. We have our favorites and we scream at the TV. But anyway, it's like the lights are going on. Vroom. Capricorn rising, what are you going to do? It's inner profundity. I like that word. And that awareness is about releasing things, the tchotchkes in life, the stuff in your closet. We just got rid of a painting. We're going to sell it on eBay or somewhere. So it's like you're purging now. You're ending. You've had 20 years of purge with Pluto in Capricorn. Okay. Who wants a nap? 99. Okay. Now that that's over, you have to let go of the people, places, and things that don't resonate with you anymore. They did at one point. And it doesn't mean these things are like, oh, I hate this pen. No, it's not. There's no extremes about it. It's like, oh, you're shedding skin. And you used to possibly emulate with mother or have friction with mother. But now that's all smoothed out. And so now you look around and go, oh, wow, I had an identity, Capricorn, Sun, Rising, and Moon, based on who I thought I was, how I was raised in this place with these people, or every person in my life reflects the original tribe. And that's not me anymore. So as they fade away, no judgments, in come the new to reflect your new inner identity that's changing. So what do you value about that? You need to redecorate. And when you redecorate, you're going to have so much, and I don't mean like a full blown, we're painting the kitchen and let's get rid of the cabinet. No, well, you could, but I'm just saying, go through your spice rack. Just start there. Go through a sock drawer, Capricorn, Sun, Rising, and Moon. Look at how things are arranged. I found some pictures in the back of my closet. And I'm thinking, you know what? I'm going to take the ones off of that wall and I'm going to take the ones that have been in the closet for 8 years and I'm going to put those on the wall. I mean, it's that simple. I'm a Capricorn rising. So it's like I am moving and shaking energy very quickly. Plus I have Aries in my chart. So that speaks to the way I express and how I hold hands and skip. With people until I don't. And then I look at that. And when I look at you having like Venus and Aries on top of you, Sun and Aries and the Mercury in retrograde, you're questioning your inner identity now. Who are you? Who the heck are you, Capricorn, Sun, Rising, and Moon? And let people see you. Did I give it away? That's what's coming next. This month is going to show you that you are seen. And it can be in a family situation. It can be in your community. It can be, you volunteer or donate and someone says, you've been here before. You keep donating every month. Thank you so much. I mean, it's that simple. Let yourself be seen and you will be validated. And then you're going to take it to the next level. Who do you want to be? How do you want to be? That's it sounds a lot like the Leo one. So if you're any combination of Leo and Capricorn, this is even more. The ideas that come through you and know your limits, Capricorn, Sun, Rising, and Moon. You must know your limits. Do not go beyond your threshold. Please. I'm begging you. Okay. Aquarius, Sun, Rising, and Moon. Third house, we are looking at your synapses. It's not the way you express. People think third house is communication. Yes. But the precursor is perceptions and beliefs, because as soon as you believe something, you create a neuron that says, oh, that's a truth, even if it's not. It could be your truth. But if that truth limits you, Aquarius, Sun, Rising, and Moon, there are no taxis south of that street. Well, how do you know? That you've been saying that for 6 months, a year, 5 years. How do you know? Maybe somebody new moved into the neighborhood. How do you know? Keep renewing, Aquarius, Sun, Rising, and Moon, your ideas of possibilities. Because if you have this underlying, there's not enough to go around, and you're always scrambling to stack the stuff and odds in your favor, running to the front of the line, like, I have to get there now, or they're running out of rice or whatever. I want you to back up. Aquarius, sun, rising, and moon. What are you thinking? What are your perceptions? If your beliefs limit you, then they don't work for you anymore. And this solar eclipse is going to be like that kapow of an idea, of a thought. Like, is that possible? Because when you feel it and it feels exciting, it's an open door. When you feel it and you feel nervous because what if I'm not good enough? It's an open door. If you feel it and it feels like, oh my gosh, that does not feel safe. That feels toxic. That is not for, or it's just simply that's not for me. That's information. You need to listen and heed those things. That's your intuition speaking to you. Aquarius, sun, rising, and moon. It's not about the data. It's not about control. It's not about how it's supposed to be. Well, if you go there, they said they would sell it at 5 cents a pound. Well, okay. Well, they changed. So can you change with it? Is that possible? I know it is. I know it is. So let me see what I wrote down for you. Remove former perceptions and beliefs that stop you, but no longer apply. That shaped you, but no longer apply. Okay. Big ideas come when you form trust. Oh, I wrote this morning at 7:00. That because you exist at all, you can create your own world. Aquarius, sun, rising, and moon. This is a very exciting time because what you tell yourself now in your head in the next month becomes your next set of neurons. And so that will either open the door or it will lock it shut. And we don't want that. Come on, you can. Come on, you can do it. Okay. Okay. And let me see. Any last thoughts for Aquarius, sun, rising, and moon? You may meet someone at an event. It could be a teaching course, like a study, a class, a marketing event, some kind of workshop, and it can be online or in person, but who gives you that, the paddles clear, and suddenly you go, oh, I have an idea. Yes, run with it. Yes. But no shiny pennies. Do you know what that means? It means don't look at everything that's shiny and go, yes, 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 yes. Okay. No shiny pennies. Aquarius, sun, rising, and moon. Oh, I just hit that thing. Sorry. Let's see. Oh, we have a Pisces in the house ready to talk. I'm ready to talk. Are you? Because Pisces, sun, rising, and moon, this is all about the second house in the general chart. Now, if you know where the Aries eclipse is falling at 19, wait a minute, 19 degrees, 24 minutes is the eclipse, the exact degree. So if it shifts one house or the other, you know which one it is. And I use equal house astrology. I find it to be more accurate than the others. But second house, Pisces, sun, rising, and moon. This is all about, it's about money, how you earn, your budget, where you market, who's your audience. This is also about collaborating regarding your skills with other people. Wait, that didn't come out right. This is about collaborating with other people regarding your skills. So if there's someone who can promote you, if you want to work together with someone, if you have an idea that comes to you and says, I wanted to make this pamphlet, write this book. I wanted to do a trade show. I want to, make pottery and go sell it at a ceramic studio. You will need to collaborate with other people. So now your investment of time, energy, and resources, it could be your talents, could be more cash, could be what you know, what's in your resource box, Pisces, sun, rising, and moon, is going to help you help them so they can in turn help you. I get that scene from Jerry Maguire in my head. Help me help you. And show me the money. Okay. So, you're going to collaborate with professionals. This is not your turn to take on someone who's needy, Pisces, sun, rising, and moon, or who needs a leg up. No, you're going to do that in your spare time anyway. But this is about a professional, finding someone to work with. Possibly this is not for everyone. Or you're learning that your budgeting needs to be a little tighter. Like you're not going to, oh, look at that crystal. And you have like 17,000 crystals in your living room. Now it's going to be about, I'm going to go through and vibe my crystals, and I'll either open a crystal store and get more crystals, or I'm going to sell some. That's also a collaboration, the buying and selling. But it's about acknowledging your values, biggest of all, and your self-worth. Pisces, sun, rising, and moon. So what is it that you don't value? You'll know by every time you say no to yourself. When you buy, let's say you see this, I'll just throw up I have a hematite I sometimes hold on to or step on when I'm working. So I stay grounded. And let's say you see this in a store, Pisces, sun, rising, and moon, and you go, oh, Janie would love this, but you're loving it more. You go, that's okay. I think she would really love this, but you love it more. And here comes the conflict. You are weighing your value and your worth against collaboration, against other people, against, oh, no, that's okay. I spent enough on myself last month. I bought food. I bought my favorite tea. I overindulged. I bought a case of wine, and but I really want this. So it's like you have to. It's not going to happen for everyone, but you have to really look at the amount percentage wise that you will give to others, either individually or the collective. Your time, energy, money spent on giving to others, Pisces, sun, rising, and moon, versus the percentage of time, energy, money you allow yourself. If it's out of balance, oh, and let me guess, Libra, Aries, polarities, we're looking at you, the opposite for you here, um, in your second house would be the eighth house, collaborating with others financially. Oh, that didn't work. I'm never doing that again. Well, that was with that person based on who you were at the time. So if you're changing and you're moving that energy, maybe you're thinking of selling the business. Maybe you're thinking of going into business. Maybe you're thinking it's not about business. It's about, I don't value myself. I don't value myself. I don't feel connected to anything. That's where you need to start meditating more, being part of the present moment, where you say, there's enough of everything to go around. You must have an Aquarius friend somewhere. Let them pat you on the back and go, you're great. There's enough of everything to go around. I'm a Taurus. I will pat you on the back, Pisces, and say, there's enough of everything to go around. What are you afraid of? Why are you afraid to trust? If you don't share your ideas, you think someone's going to steal them, or you think that maybe there's a part of you in this eclipse energy between the polarity of the second house and the eighth house, that you're thinking, I don't know if I know enough, or I know so much. How come I can't get that job? I know more than what they need. So you're obviously not calibrated to your real needs. If you keep going to places or attracting people who take from you or who don't need all the wonderful stuff that you are, there's a disconnect. The connection comes when you look at, with all this Aries energy in your second house, and you say, you know what? I love who I am. I love that I am love. I am so worth it. Period. It's not about money. It's not about I give enough at Christmas. How come I didn't get this thing that I asked for, from the universe? It's not about the negotiation and the bartering. It's because somewhere in your past, you saw poverty. I mean, didn't we all? And you grounded it in an effective way of being or not being. Or you might say, I just want to work part-time. And then you have to make excuses for why. You don't have to tell anybody why you're doing anything, Pisces, sun, rising, and moon. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. That's where the Aries comes in and says, well, that sounds a little brash, doesn't it? No. Ooh, no is a word that doesn't mean I hate you, you're ugly, you're stupid. No just means no, thank you. No, thanks. And if you do want to go the distance and have that big explosion into business and finances and making more money, Pisces, sun, rising, and moon, then this is your time to know that I exist. I am a celestial, eternal, sentient being. What do I want to create with that without qualifying it? Well, I donated all my old stuff. Now I can buy new stuff. You don't have to qualify it. You don't have to explain yourself to anyone. Just do what makes you happy. And if you are addicted to anything, this is where the realization comes in that you are not valuing yourself. And you could be addicted to someone who is addicted, whether it's chemicals, whether it's work, whether it's hiding, so like, what are you addicted to? If you are, that's not for everyone. So, but on the uptick, Pisces sun, rising, and moon, this is a very creative time for you to really value yourself in the tiny moments of telling yourself that I love myself. I love I love that I am love. I love that I am love. Now let's go watch a movie. You don't have to qualify it. I worked all day yesterday. I worked so hard. Now I can watch a movie. Just go watch a movie. Does that make sense? Oh, my goodness. People who need people. Angie, I'm not pulling any cards today, but you can go back and listen to your sun, rising, and moon sign. I will be back on the 18th. No, I won't. Yes, I will. But first, there's another day in between. I don't know what day it is. The 11th of April. And we're going to be talking about this even more. It's the lineup of Aries and Pisces and how they work together. And we're going to throw in the offshoot here of this little combo right down here, Jupiter and Uranus. Because remember, folks, the planets aren't doing anything to you. Let me just move this. We live in a cooperation with the cosmos. When the planets make a move, you feel it. When you make a move, it's reflected by aspects and angles in a chart because it's your choice, your decision, your move. Shall we play some chess? Your move. All right. I will be back next week to talk about more stuff. So please. Oh, and remember, folks. Oh, you know what? I actually, hang on. I forgot to post it. Da 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 da. I forgot to post it. Where's my link? Oh no. Okay. I have. Oh, here we go. That's not it. Well, I was so excited to do so much this morning that I actually forgot to post my link about the eclipse readings, the double eclipse readings. Wait, I've got to have it somewhere. Somewhere out there. Just remember to share, like, and subscribe. All right. I don't have it in front of me. I can't believe well, ta-da, ta-da-ra. Okay. But I will be back. I will post it in Facebook and it'll be in the YouTube link where you can get your double eclipse reading, solar and lunar, specifically for your chart and your upcoming year and more probably, because I always go more than I say I'm going to do. Whoops. And I'll add the Mercury in retrograde to it. So I'll post that. I'll post that in YouTube and in Facebook. Thank you for being here, folks. Thank you for being. I really do care that you are empowered. So please go do something right now that gives you absolute joy and puts love into the world. And you don't have to do a lot. Just look in the mirror. Tell yourself, I love that I am love, that I really care about who I am. And that vibration is a rainbow that everyone feels, including me. So thank you in advance for taking care of yourself. And I will see you next week. Thank you for being.